Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for tuning into the channel today. My name is Bloxr Trading. I'm going to go over a few of the charts today. It is a bullish day. It's looking beautiful. I love a green day. Haven't been able to make the videos recently. I have a marketing business on the side, or that's my main business. I take the cash from that, put it into this, and then triple, quadruple, 10x, 100x that money. Okay. So, I'm trying to make these videos as often as I can, but in the meantime, I am saving bookmarks on Twitter, saving the news, going over some stuff. But today, what we are going to do is check out some of the tokens that are exploding, some of the things to look out for when they explode, some of the things that are assigned to me saying, get out of there, okay, and don't trust the token. And then there's some things that are like, put it on a watch list, maybe buy it later. And we're going to check out some of the things that I've talked about in the past, where they're at. So here we go. First things first, okay? First things first, look at some of these tokens up here. We're over on Bird Eye, okay? We'll go over some charts first. We're over on birdeye.so. These are Solana tokens for the majority of the tokens. You can switch here, and if you don't know how to use Bird Eye, it's a pretty dope software here. You can check out the BNB chain here, and you can swap. We'll refresh this. Whoops. BNB, here we go. And now you can see what coins are popping off on BNB. So we can click on Cake. And when that loads, you can see, I'm looking on the minute, you can see Cake is going crazy. Okay, that's over on BNB. So October 21st, since October, it's been up, 1.6x, 160%, which is nuts. Obviously Solana is pumping. There's also a Solana on Binance, which is crazy. Okay. That's a whole nother video, but there's also a Solana on BNB. Okay. It's just pegged to the price of Solana. So you can go over here and check out all these other tokens. Lately, I've just been checking out, actually, let's see what's going on Ethereum as well. You've got Render up 21%. And this looks nice. So what just happened here? Whoops. Here we go. This is on the daily. This just came all the way down, made a 50% correction, okay? And then from here all the way up here, did 112%. So today it's $2.73, right? And if we go check out the bubbles over here, this is Render here. It's up 22%. I think this is the last 24 hours, which is absolutely crazy. So Render's killing it. And we talked about Render a little bit. If I go back to my chart, I think I have Render on my chart. Here we go. This is the bigger chart. Without, I don't know what this whole gap of information is. I might have to look up a new Render here. This is Bitstamp. I like this. Do you see how the data is all filled in here? So they both use TradingView, but technically, so this is up here, 134% it's showing over here. So depending on the exchange, it will depend on what that looks like. But sometimes when there's gaps like this, okay, you can click this little icon here, and now all of a sudden it's all filled in. It's called the area thing. You can just do this and go down here and choose area. That's pretty cool. You can also do that here because this is also TradingView. It just doesn't, you have to click here and then go here. Boom. Okay. And this is crazy because we're about to break out of that right here, which is absolutely nuts. So Render, man, either it's going to stop here and just have a complete turnaround and then come back to probably here or something, or it's just going to pump. And what's crazy is if it just pumps, okay, we don't know where that's going because that is the all-time high, right? So we don't know where that's going. As far as I know, that's the all-time high, right? So once that breaks out of here, we don't know where that's going. So $2.70, that could turn into $30. That could turn into $10, right? I'm just making that up, okay? But it's so true. You have no idea where to go. There's no future history of the price. There's no, it's counterintuitive, right? There's no future price. We don't know what it is. It's in discovery mode, okay? So that's what's happening. That's pretty cool. And then let's go check out some more tokens here. Let's see what else is popping off. If you use Morales Money here, okay, the link's in the description below. You can set up a free account. You just go premium, and then, you could pay for an account if you want as well, but you get a bunch of the stuff on the free plan. Over here, you can just hit get started. The link's in the description. If you sign up, that helps the channel. I appreciate it. But anyways, if you go back here, let's go back. Whoops. Here we go. If you go here, this has it all combined. So this has Solana, this has Ethereum, this has all the blockchains right here. And it's just telling you out of the top 100 tokens over here on coin market cap, right? So out of the top 100 tokens, so all the way down to here, boom, right? It basically organizes them and tells you what's popping off in the next 24 hours, what's popping off in the last, in the last 24 hours, yeah. And then if you use Bird Eye, right, on the left-hand side, you can actually choose what chain you want to see here, right? So that's kind of nice as well. So you might want to do, okay, on Base, on Polygon, on Avalanche, on Solana, right? And that's really cool. So I've been playing around with Solana lately because, well, I mean, look at, you've got these tokens just going crazy. This one just launched today. This is day one, right? I know nothing about this. I'm not promoting this at all. Okay. I'm just going over some of the charts as they appear here. That just came down all the way to here, which was a 57% correction, right? But today alone, all the way up to where it's at right now, it has done, wow, I can't even do that. 561 times your money. Okay. 561 times your money. That's what it did today. So let's just say you put $50 in there, times that by 556, you'd have $27,000 today on day one if you bought right when that thing came out. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know of another world where that can happen. Okay. Now, that's a hypothetical. Okay. Because there might be some in liquidity. You might not be able to sell it all at one time, whatever the reason is. Okay. And you might actually take a lot of that liquidity out of here. So let me just see here. 8%. This is also risky as well. Okay. So first of all, it's called Joe, which is just ridiculous. Joe /USD. So 8% of the supply of the token is on Radium. Okay. The creator of the token has 7%, which is huge. I mean, that's quite a bit. All right. So that person that owns the token can just crash that at whatever point in time. So you can see these other ones over here. They have 3%, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So when you're buying these tokens here, if you're going to be a real degenerate and you're like putting $25 in or something like that, if you see something like this, okay, be weary. Don't go dropping 300, 400, 500 bucks in here. I'm talking put 10 bucks in and just see what happens. Right. If that, okay. Cause you could turn $5, if you put $5 in here earlier today, $5, you would have done 5 times 7, right? What's that? $35. You didn't have $35 prior to that. But again, it would have been, whatever, like even that 17x today already from there. And then from down here, this is from the actual launch. And then it must have got botted a little bit or something, but that is an astronomical thing. So the closer you can get into the beginning, the better. I don't mean if it's a pre-sale. If it's a pre-sale, then you're going to get dumped on pretty much. But honestly, this one came up, came down. We're on the 1 minute as well. So that's not really a lot of data. Like if we're looking at the hourly, it's not going to look that great. Looks okay. It looks okay, actually. But I'm not saying this token is good or anything. Like that's just crazy to me. 520. Man, that's so crazy. 524 times your money. That just blows my mind. So if somebody had a bot to get in there, that's crazy. So let's compare these over here. Let's compare the percentages to other tokens. For instance, I know Birds has a bit of a different one here. That's 15%. That's on Radium. That is a swap. Okay. So if you see the majority of the token on a swap, that's okay. But if you are seeing it in other wallets like this, right, these people hold a ton of that supply. So, you got to be really careful about that. I'm not saying buy Bird. I'm not saying don't buy Bird, whatever. Let's check out super tokens here. See this one here, Raj.Sol. That person, okay, that person owned 50% of the supply. 10% looks like it's on an exchange. Maybe 6% is on Radium. Raj.Sol. I'm not really sure what that is. That might be a burn address or something. So I'd have to look into that a little bit more. And the creator has 1%. So if the creator has 1%, okay, that's fine. And then if we check out the spaghetti one here, I saw this the other day. I'm just looking at them as they go up, right? It looks kind of bullish. You've got a bit of a move here, right here. That's a trend, right? That's a trend. Hopefully we see that come down a little bit more and kind of trickle down. But, that does seem to be a trend here. So that's good. 14% of the supply. This one looks a little better, right? 14% of the supply on Radium, 3% in this 3322. Okay. Then if we go over to Chad, let's check out Chad. We've got 11% in this wallet here. Now, I know that this is actually the wallet that goes and buys and burns. So that particular one makes sense. So you've got that one. You've got 9%, 5%. These are people that ended up buying super early. Then you've got some 2%, 1%. It drops down pretty quick, right? It's not like everybody's got 6% there. Everybody's got 5%, right? What else? We got Flux Beam here. This one here, 12%, 7, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. You know what I mean? So that looks good too. Shadow token should be even better. Yeah, oh, kind of. 9, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1, 1. When you start getting past the fifth holder and everybody else has 1%, like that's pretty good. Module, let's see what module is. 36%. Don't know who owns that. That's crazy. I'd have to look into that. 6%. There's just some lucky people that get in super early, right? Myro, let's look at Myro. Myro's looking good. It's like evenly distributed. You know what I mean? So that to me right there looks pretty good. The other thing you might want to look at is as you're going down here, you see the activity here. So you've got 1 minute ago there was a purchase, 1 minute ago there was a sell, 1 minute ago, 2. So when you scroll down here, if all of these trades happen in the last like 1 or 2 minutes, that means there's activity here and something's going to happen to this token, right? It's not just going to die off. Whereas there are other tokens here where it looks like something's happening. Maybe. Let's see. This one might be bad. Yeah, this one's actually, yeah, there's a lot of sells happening on this one. Let's see what this is. I don't even know what this is. I'm just going off of the trending ones. Yeah, like that right there. That right there is a horrible chart. Okay. Absolutely horrible chart. And if you look at what I was just saying here, okay, the owner right here, 35%, and everybody else is like in the 7 and 4% there. Like, good luck trying to pop that, good luck trying to get that token popping off again. Okay. That's crazy. Also over on the left-hand side here, there's a lot of red flags over here, right here. If you start showing this, like it's mintable, yes. Ownership renounced, no, which means they can just adjust the contract whenever they want. So there are some security features in Bird Eye, which is really dope as well. There are some security features over in Morales as well. I think they're on the higher plans, but you can really get into detail there, really get into the nitty gritty, which is crazy. So I'm just keeping tabs on this. And honestly, Myro's kind of looking pretty dope, man. So I might pick up some Myro. We'll see. It's quite high though. I just want it to come down. Like that's on the weekly. I just want it to come down a little bit. It may or may not. I don't know. Such a sketchy time to buy there. I don't like buying on a pump. You know what I mean? I think I missed it the other day. I just wasn't paying attention. What was this, yesterday? Yeah, I didn't look yesterday, honestly. So yesterday, like if I looked yesterday, I would have been able to double my money overnight, which is just crazy. So keep an eye on the charts when you can, okay? Let's check out some more here. So we've got Samo. I don't know what this is. That looks good. That looks healthy and good right there. That's on the 1 hour. This is the 4 hour. On higher time frames, if you see some stuff looking good like that, that looks really good. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go to the weekly. It looks like it's been out for a while. That right there doesn't look great. It does look like it's turning around though, but the chart is super ugly. This chart is like really ugly. Look at, you've got like a spike here, another spike here, spike here. A lot of weird manipulation happening. It's also down 93% from the all-time high, which is interesting. And it's a 13x if it ever hits that all-time high again. If it ever did that, you'd make 13 times your money. But I'm not recommending that because that doesn't, you do what you want to do. You do what you want to do. You probably make a little bit of money if you did this, right? You could do like, maybe it might come back up around here, 100% too. Who knows? We are in the end of the bear market. This particular token does seem pretty safe. If we scroll over here, you've got, it looks like it's on some exchanges maybe. And then this is the burnt wallet. So 12% of the supply is burnt, which is cool. It's only cool if they bought it and then burnt it, but because that would affect the price. But if they didn't buy it and they just burnt it and they never had any, if it was on the market and then burned, that's awesome. Good for holders. But if not, then it doesn't really matter if they burnt the token. It was almost like it never existed to begin with. Then you've got Orca here. I like to try to find tokens that have, that's crazy. That is nuts, huh? It looks a lot bigger than it is. 200%. A lot of these tokens just skyrocketed 200% overnight. I just wasn't looking yesterday. That's crazy. I had to replace the tires on my car, and that was like an all-day event. Let's do this. 40% is on Orca. Yeah, so 40% of that token is on their own exchange, right? And then a few of these high holders don't know what they are. And then down here, you got those 1%ers. Let's zoom out here. 1 week. What's interesting about this token, let's change this because I don't like how that looks. Yeah, this doesn't, like that turned around. It looks good. Does look like it might come up here a little bit. We'll see. 120%. Interesting. Okay, so let's go to the ones that I have on my chart. You're here for Bitcoin, maybe you're here for Ethereum. Okay, so we are on the daily on Bitcoin. Sometimes I just like to remove the candles to see where the trend's going, right? Like what am I looking at? And I just try to flip it sometimes, right? Actually, I think I might be able to flip it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to flip the. Let me see if I can flip it. Let me see. That's okay. You can actually you can flip this, and then your eyes are like, oh shit, it looks like it's going down, right? And when your mind thinks it's going down, if it's flipped, then we're going up. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's nice to see that as well. So on the weekly here, this is the weekly. I mean, that's looking pretty crazy, huh? That is looking pretty crazy. For Bitcoin in particular, it's got a lot of data and it's got a lot of history. So it's nice to like look at the actual candles here. But again, the other day I was mentioning this, there is quite a bit of resistance coming up. Okay. So we popped out of that, which is really good, but there's all this area here. Let me just delete this and draw a bit of a box and see if I can kind of get in here. So you've got this right here. Looks like we broke through this little area of resistance, which is really good, actually. Oh man, it's so hard to see. Let's see if we can have more data on the daily here. Let's see. Again, nothing ever lines up perfectly. It's just, oh, there we go. That right there. You see over here how it kind of hit this, found support there, and then couldn't break it up again there and kind of stopped here. So I think I'm going to kind of play this out right around this level here. And then kind of wait. And so I'll just leave that on the chart and we'll come back to that in a few days and just see here. I'm not ever telling you to sell Bitcoin. Okay. I'm just telling you, maybe look at these zones and then always kind of like try to find the future of the token, right? And then you'll be less scared when it hits these zones and comes back down or retraces or something like that, because you predicted it almost, right? You're like, now you can't predict it. You cannot predict it, okay? But you can do your best to try to figure out, when do I think this is actually going to happen, right? And then if you zoom out here, like on the weekly, right? We can see right there, first of all, right there is a huge level. Okay. So right around 47,000, probably right around 50,000. If I were to move that up, 50,000. So between 47 and 50,000 on the weekly, those are huge levels to break. So I'm going to leave that there as well and just see that's kind of at the top of that range anyway. But what we kind of want to see is we just want it to keep going up and sideways, right? Just slowly but surely just keep heading up. You know what I mean? And then over here, we've got on the MACD, it kind of ticked bullish the other day. I'm sorry, not the other day. I'm looking at the weekly. I'm looking at the weekly. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have had about 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on week 5 right now, and week 5 is looking bullish, right? So we are at some point expecting something, right? If you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 2 weeks of pullback, 1 week up, 3 weeks of pullback, huge week, right? Huge week. And then a few weeks over. So you can't always go in one direction for too long. That being said, if you look at this, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks in a row, okay, of downward momentum, of bearish momentum there. And then we almost had a little bit, and then it was 2 huge weeks of just downward pressure. So, you've got to you've got to want both candles, because if you only want green, then it's going to be the worst thing in the world when that thing comes back down, right? So you want a bit of green, you want a bit of red, you want people to sell, you want people to take profit. Why? Because get them out of there. You know what I mean? Get them out of there so there's more liquidity on the market. You can purchase it, pick it up, and start getting into more things, right? So that's looking good. So that's Bitcoin. We're going to hold those charts there. ETH, check this out. I think we marked this the other day. When I mark this, let's go daily here. When I mark this, look, it just kind of, look at that. Okay, so it just hit that resistance. I'm going to adjust this line because it's having some fake outs here. So I'm going to adjust that line. It looks like these two lines. Give me 1 second. Let's bring that. No, I still kind of like where it was. I'm going to kind of average it out here. So this right here, to me, Ethereum looks like man, Ethereum just looks so bullish. I feel like it's hit once, it's come back down. It's hit twice, it's come back down. It's hit 3 times, right? Next time it comes up to this level, man, I'm telling you, that's going to go right through. It has to go right through. That's crazy. Solana here, let's bring this out so we can kind of predict the future a little bit into 2024. That's looking so good. Looking so good. Again, not much resistance. There's really not much resistance. And you can see the other day we had a bit of a correction here. The other day it dropped 20%, right? In just a couple of days, it dropped 20%. And then it pumped right back up. Boom. Right back up. Boom. 34%. So, and you can see if we go out here right now, over on the other side, it looks like, oh, we're not going anywhere, right? I'm sorry. Look at over here. This is why it's good to have history. Over here, it's like, oh man, we're just going to keep going up. We're going to keep going up, right? But there's a lot of resistance around these levels. A lot of resistance around these levels, okay? You can see right here, literally right where we're at today. You see how it's touching the bottom of this right here? Right where we're at today is quite a bit of resistance. So, once we push through that, that's awesome. We'll probably get up to $80, but we just got to get through that. It does look like we're in that area though. So, I mean, I've been buying since up here, honestly. I bought I bought at the all-time high. I'm still buying over here, man. It's just so ridiculous. Let's check out Matic. Matic is killing it. Again, coming up on some resistance here. So I would be careful. I don't know if I would purchase any Matic right now, for the long term, like 100% since, let's do this. Hold on. Zoom in here. Let's just say 81% in the last 27 days. So in the last month, 81%. Like and it's not just that they hit 81%, right? Because Solana did that as well, but 81%, and we're coming up on quite a bit of resistance here. So who knows? I would maybe, maybe stock up in this area. I don't think it's coming back down, right? I don't think it's coming back down. But again, I'm just speculating. That's all this is. I'm just speculating. You see that? That's a lovely, lovely chart right there. Lovely. And then what's kind of lovely, I'd like to see a little bit more of what's happening, but looks good. Looks good. What else? Illuvium. Let's see what we got. Okay, Illuvium's still looking good. That's weekly. This is daily. Daily's, again, over here, when you scroll to the left, right, you can see it's starting to hit something here where, you can see that it came down and stopped right there, right? So now we're trying to come up, hit that, break through, and just go higher, right? That's really what we're trying to do. So this is an area where it's had a hard time breaking through that before. So you got to be careful with that. So I'm going to actually draw a line here, and then we'll reference that next time I make a video as well. Here we go. And then we will spread that out here. And let's just see what happens. And then we'll throw some other lines in here too on Illuvium. And see, there's like a bit more. I think we should probably cross. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. That matches, right? And then we can also do another one here. So now there's some levels here that you can look at. That's a support line right there. Boom. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing here, but check that out. This is actually pretty straightforward, this particular token. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these here. And as we watch them ride up, right, we're going to see where they fall on these tokens over time, which is pretty dope. And you can adjust them as you have more data. You can slowly adjust them. CAS, that is high. And I don't know when I drew that out, but it looks like it came down, and actually wherever we drew that, it just bounced off and came back down. However, okay, that is again in discovery mode. So the last place that we have any sort of support or something might be like right here, which is about 9 cents, and we're at 11 cents now. So I don't know. These tokens are looking really hot right now. So I would keep them on the watch list maybe and purchase them. You know, if you're going to do a huge purchase them over time every day, just kind of buy in, but don't, man, I don't know. I wouldn't buy on such huge green candles. I would have bought the other day again, on the 14th or 13th, right? So, you know, after the correction. So when it drops 21%, boom, buy on that day. In fact, when Solana dropped the other day, same day, when Solana dropped down, I did purchase some, and we're up big again today. So that's awesome. What else do we have here? Oh, RUNE. Did we do RUNE? Oops. Reset price scale. Here we go. Yeah, RUNE is coming close as well. So I would like to see RUNE hit that and then start trickling back, and then I'll probably pick up a bit of RUNE there. And there we go. So that would be what we're looking at today. Those are the ones that you really need to know about and keep tabs on. Just for fun, okay? Let's look at all the way here. You can go down bottom right-hand side here, page 5, and let's just check out some of the other tokens. We were just talking about Shadow, right? We were just looking at Shadow on Bird Eye, which is right here. Were we looking at Shadow? I don't know if we were looking at Shadow, actually. This chart's crazy looking, so I have to put it in here. It's on my watch list, basically. I bought it when it was super high before, and now it's super low, and I'm looking for entries back in, but I think I may have missed it. I don't know. I might dollar cost average in because I really like what they're doing as a token. So, okay. What else we got here? So we got Thorchain. Man, track. What is track? Let's look at the track chart. Bubbles are cool, right? Bubbles are cool. Where is this? This is on Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin. Oh, this is an ordinal thing. Okay. I don't really know much about that. I will look into that, but I don't really know much about that. What's this one? This is up. Okay. Yeah, they're all kind of making a comeback, huh? Like things on Solana are all just making a comeback, which is interesting. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to bring that over to Bird Eye. I'm going to take this and just, whoops, hit that in here. This is the one I'm looking for. And we can see that it has turned around significantly. Interesting. Man, that's going to go crazy, actually. I feel like this is actually going to go crazy. So it's like it broke through that. It's breaking through this. It's about to break through this. So I'm going to add this to the watch list and maybe even grab a little bit of this before we start breaking through these levels. Because what's that? That's 43%. It's not, man. Yeah, it might be a little late on this, actually. It's already up 400%. So we'll see. What else? What was I going to do with that? I was going to add it to the watch list, right? Here we go. So I'll keep an eye on that as well. Just trying to find some. Bonk. Let's check out Bonk's price. Bonk has been out here for ages. Here's the area. And that's done a 15x since October 9th in the last month. 15 times your money. They're on Bybit as well. That's interesting. So let's look on the daily. There might be some more information on the daily that I could. Yeah, see, it looks like that's weird, right? That just looked like it was about to break the all-time high, or it already broke the all-time high. But this is showing a bit of a different chart here. It's almost like something happened with the contract before they launched. So really, it's looking like Bonk is just not slightly down from the all-time high here. 36% away from the all-time high. That's probably going to break it. That is a huge green candle on the daily, huh? These candles are just massive. We were definitely back in a bull run. Look at that, huh? Wow. Come down, scare some people, 50% of their purchase, and then forget it. We'll just pump back up again, make 118%. So ridiculous, man. So anyways, all right, that is it for today. There is some news and stuff, but I mean, I just like looking at the charts today, so we're just going to go over that. I'll throw some news in probably in the next video or something like that, but I just wanted to update you on the chart. The markets are green. I mean, it's very rare to see. Literally, like I don't even see any red here today. So I had to show you that. I just love making videos on days like this. So here we go. All right. Have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Talk to you soon.